Hi, I'm Laura. I'm a second year apprentice in Wholesale Nursery and I'm at TAFE. Wholesale Nursery is where you have a whole lot of plants and you do hundreds of each species and you have them set out for retail places. Well, my parents have a probably 700 square block down the coast and they have been working on their garden for about 22 years now. So it's just filled of all different plants from, an orchard to camellias and azaleas and just everything you could imagine. So I loved it from ever since I was really little. Probably I started thinking that I wanted to get into something environmental and sort of outside when I was about in year 11 at school, and I did a course in environmental monitoring and technology at Wollongong TAFE, and that led me to think that I just wanted to be outside, and I love working with plants, so nursery was the next step. The reason I did an apprenticeship was because I needed an income, but I still wanted to learn and get a trade as well, so I decided that the apprenticeship was the best way to do that. You study, so you get your trade, and then you also work. TAFE's really easygoing, very easygoing. You have your deadlines for assignments and things like that, but everything's pretty negotiable. Teachers are great, easy to learn from. In our class you have a lot of different varying ages. I'm probably the youngest by far, and then everyone else you go up to sort of 60-year-old people, so it's, you've got a big variety of ages. Well, a normal day, it all depends on the weather. Really, because we're working outside. If it's pouring with rain, you still got to do most things, but you'd hope to get out of the rain if you can. But for a normal day, like Monday is propagation, Tuesday is detailing, so we detail retail, which is plants going to Bunnings or retail nurseries anywhere. This is detailing. This is where we get the plants ready for retail sale. So we label and barcode and then put them down ready to be loaded into the truck. We restake or retie and take off any sort of leaves that don't look very good, or just get the plant looking as best that it can. Because I'm here on a Wednesday, I just miss out on Wednesday's work basically, and you have other people that will fill in and help out where you're not there. And when I'm here, I do different classes. We do sort of propagation in the morning, and then we learn about soils in the middle of the day, and then we do plant identification in the afternoons. Propagation is a method of multiplying your plant, either taking a piece of that plant and putting it in the soil and hoping that it will grow, or taking seeds from the plant and planting them and watering them and hoping that they will grow. You have either leaf cuttings, or you can do softwood, hardwood, semi-hardwood, division, seeding. You have all different ways of propagating plants, and they all are different for different types of species. So taking a semi-hardwood cutting would be taking the hardwood from the end of the tip of the plant, cutting it, and then taking a slice out of the side of it just near the base of the cutting to stimulate root growth, and you'd put a hormone on it, like Clonex purple gel, dip the end of it in the hormone, and then plant it into a pot, and it will produce roots. It will callus and then produce roots. And then you've got a new plant, which will be an identical plant of the cutting that you took it from.
Good work.
During the middle of the day, we'll have soils with David, and he teaches us, the best way to have your soils clean, and they all have to be sterile, so you don't get pathogens and diseases coming into your mixes and then affecting your plants. Plant identification is a class where we have a whole lot of plants and they put them in the classroom, and you have to be able to identify them and name them botanically correctly, so spelt correctly, and have their families. And you have tests at the end where you put 30 plants in the room and you have to be able to identify every single one. I have a plant identification test now. Let's see how I go. For example, today we'd be going to work and I would be potting, which would be getting the numbers of plants out and putting them onto the beds. Detailing, which is getting plants ready for retail sale, which is, the labelling, barcoding, making sure the pots are clean, removing any dead leaves, restaking and taping. And then in the afternoon will be maintenance, where you'll be sitting on the beds making sure the plants are looking at the best they can. If you enjoy working with plants and you don't mind a bit of hard work, get into it. It's great. You get to work outside and do everything during the day that you would want to do if you were working in a garden at home. So that's a day in my life being an apprentice horticulturist, and if you like what you see, click on the Find Out More button to check it out. It's a great industry to be in, and I recommend it for